Thank you, Nariah, for coming on Sports Talk with C. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I want this holiday crap to be over. Work is
Yeah.
driving me absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Everybody's on vacation and I'm not. That's why I'm really mad.
Yeah. I wish I was still home too, but
So you play basketball. So where did the love of basketball come from?
it came from when I was younger. I went to this after school program
Hmm.
when I was in elementary school, and there's a bunch of guys playing around the world, and I joined them, and that's kind of where it started. And then that day, I just started every day playing with them, whether it was around the world, knockout, or like some like live playing, not really live, but like just playing around with the basketball. And then from there, I kind of just started getting into more organized programs. And then yeah, now
How
I'm
was
here.
it like playing? You play for AAU, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're from Massachusetts. How was like the basketball like world where you were from?
It was really good. We had some good competition, and we were able to travel a lot to different states and stuff and face even better competition. I think that was kind of the best part of AAU was it was all fun and games with your friends, like your best friends, they become your best friends, traveling to all these different states and cities and getting to know people from other teams. And you just get a lot of connections and different relationships with people that you wouldn't have made if you didn't play AAU.
Were you nervous playing AAU? Like you said, you started playing from around the world, and you know how some kids be just born naturally talented.
Yeah.
Was you nervous like trying out for AAU team?
I wasn't really nervous. My first AU team that I ever played on, it was kind of out of our town, so it wasn't like the
Okay.
greatest. It kind of just was piled up with different kids from our area, and then I moved over to Bay State Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really try out for with them at first. I kind of just went to one of their first games and played with them, and then from there, I stayed with that program and left off with them.
How do you know which one is the best AAU team nowadays? There's so many.
Yeah. Nowadays, I don't know, kind of about big names. Like if you have bigger, bigger athlete names on your team or like the name of your program, I feel like you'll be able to get more exposure.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who are kind of like the underdogs in AU because their players aren't known well or their program isn't known well. I think that's kind of like the toughest part of AU is trying to get your name out there.
Okay. So, and like when you were growing up, did you look up to a player, woman or man?
Yeah, one of my favorite people looking up to was Kobe. Obviously he's a very, he's everyone's favorite pretty much. Growing up, I looked up to him just like how he plays basketball. I mean, he's like one of the greatest of all time. And then like recently, I've been very inspired by him because of his mentality and his mindset. That's kind of something I'm kind of working on is my mindset and mentality on the basketball court and off the basketball court. And so I've just watched a lot of YouTube videos of him talking about like what he does to prepare for games or like how he goes into games and practices and stuff like that.
So, what would you say was the toughest part of your high school basketball career?
My toughest part, probably, probably moving schools my sophomore year. I started off my freshman year at a public school with not much competition. We were kind of like the better team. We had better players. And then going from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I moved to a prep school. And the prep schools, they have a lot more competition, in my opinion. And I wouldn't say I wasn't ready for it, but I just wasn't used to, getting thrown into stuff. So that was kind of hard, like learning how to deal with that and getting to know the people because all the people on my team kind of knew each other already. They've been playing with each other for a while. And I was kind of like one of the newbies. So I kind of had to figure my way in there.
So, did you move to, well, change schools, I should say, based on basketball or because, like, you had to?
Also academics. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to go to Tabor. That's the prep school.
Hmm.
I wanted to go to Tabor my freshman year, but I didn't get in. So I applied again my freshman year after my freshman year and I got in. That was another hard part was leaving my old school. Some of my best friends were on that team and just like at that public school. I had been going to school with some people since elementary school. So like having to move away from them was kind of hard. but there was people at Tabor who were very helpful with that.
Oh, you don't like to be the newbie?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, so would you say, does any of your parents play basketball?
Neither my dad or my mom played any sport.
No.
No.
So around the world is what got you to pick up a basketball.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. And the director of the camp that I went to, he still watches all my games, and ever since we started playing around the world together, so he's kind of like one of my biggest supporters.
I hated that game.
Yeah. I mean, I love
the ball never went in. So
yeah.
So in high school, did you want to go to a Division I school? Because you know how in school, like growing up, kids like, oh, I want to go to UConn. I want to go to Big Ten. I want to do this. I want to do that. So how was your process of choosing a college for you?
The process, it was definitely hard, having to talk. I'm not a talker. I don't like to talk on the phone to people,
That's a lie. I've seen you on FaceTime plenty of times.
So going into the recruiting process was kind of tough because, you have to call all these coaches, set up times with them to talk.
You have to do that? I thought they did that.
Well, before my junior year.
Okay.
Set it up, and then they could start reaching out to me. So that was kind of hectic. The first day that coach could start to reach out to me, that was like probably the worst day of my life, honestly, because coming in. I don't like calls. So I was like sitting there.
He was getting annoyed.
I did not want to answer the calls, but it was something I had to do. But besides the recruiting process, it was fun. And choosing Providence was kind of easy because they had been recruiting me since I forget, I think maybe 2016, 2017. So they've been looking at me for a while. And so we've had a lot of time to build a relationship, me and Coach Crowley, who's the head coach, and then our assistant coaches. They put a lot of time and effort into talking to me, reaching out to me whenever they could, even not about basketball. I played volleyball, and during my volleyball season, they reached out to me a lot, wondering what was happening with that. Just showing that they cared a lot.
Okay.
That was one of my biggest things with them. They were one of the top schools that really took the time to get to know me and talk to me as much as they could. And also just the fact that I'm very close to home. So my family and my friends can come and visit and watch all my games whenever they're around.
So you never wanted to go to a well-known, well, Providence is well-known, so I can't really use that word, but a bigger school with championships and big crowds and all that. That wasn't for you?
No, I wanted to go to a school, not to say Providence isn't a big time school, obviously they are, but I wanted to go to a school where there was a chance for me to how do I say it? Win a Big East championship. They haven't done that in a while. So
okay, I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I want to go to a school where I had the opportunity to build our name, build my name with my team, and do stuff that people wouldn't really think we would be able to do.
That's dope. So you choose Providence, then season's about to start, you get hurt.
Yes.
What was the first thing that came to your mind, and how did you push through your injury?
The first thing that came to my mind was probably just what I was going to do. I really didn't know what I was going to do, and I was very nervous that it was something bigger than what it was. So obviously that's not a good way to think, but ended up not being as big as I wanted. Not wanted it to be as big as I thought it would be. So I just every day I went into my workouts that I had with our strength coach, and with a positive mindset, and my coaches and teammates were also very helpful in keeping me on the right track mentally and also physically, pushing me, whether it's in the gym or to keep my head up when there's a harder day for me. So yeah.
Was this where all your Kobe YouTube videos came into play?
Not this injury, but I had an injury my junior year that it was on my knee, and that's when I kind of started to get more into like Kobe stuff, and then started to develop a more positive mindset. I wasn't very much better at it, but I think recently I've seen a big change in how I think and how I go into like practices and games and stuff.
So you got cleared to go back. Were you nervous to get back on the court? Did you feel like you were being cautious when you started to play coming back from your injury? And when you're on the court and the game is not going your way, what do you tell yourself to get through?
For the first question, what was the first question again? I was out of my answer and then I just forgot it.
See, this is the good stuff that I was talking about. So I was saying you got back. Were you nervous about like playing when you came back from your injury?
No, I wasn't really nervous. I knew the work I'd put in. And I knew my coaches wouldn't let me play if they didn't think I was ready. And if I didn't think I was ready, so I didn't really have a reason to be nervous. So I kind of just went in and played. I do feel like I did play with a little bit of caution though, not playing physical or not like driving to the rim as much because I'm scared that maybe I'll land on my foot in a weird way and get even more stuff like that. And then
but how do you push through that though? Like how do you like when you're playing cautious? I know it's like probably when you first get in, and how do you push through that when you're in?
Kind of just telling myself that like just try it, like drive to the rim, feels fine, keep doing it, keep going at it until if it doesn't feel good, then get out. But if like there's no reason to play cautious if you feel fine.
True. And the last question was, when you're in the game and you're having how some people just have a bad game, some days they're just off. Like when you have those type of games, or if you had those types of games, what do you tell yourself? Like, if you're not shooting, some people play defense. Like, what do you do?
Well, the first thing I do is I think back. I've started to meditate before every game. So I think back to the meditation and like either take a deep breath or just think about like relaxing and letting myself loose a little bit and not being so tense, or not letting my mind be like all tense and stuff, thinking about all the different things that are happening, and just focus on like, say if there's a free throw, I'll like stand back a little bit and just like look at what's going on and not think about the rest of the game. I'm sorry, I have the worst memory.
Oh, you're doing great. That was it. That was like to tell yourself how to get through your game.
Yeah.
Like when you're having a bad game. So besides, you do other things?
Yeah, like if other than like mindset, I would say like if I'm not shooting the ball well, then try and get a steal or try and get a stop on defense. And then that will kind of like boost me up with confidence and let me shoot the ball better or try and get to the rim or facilitate to my teammates.
I know that's right, Nariah. But the thing, meditation, meditation, excuse me. That don't get you sleepy. It's like, see, before the interview, I was listening to some rap music so I can get some hype.
So I'll meditate before like everyone's ready so that it's kind of like quieter. And then like the meditation, it's not really like sleepy. It's kind of like the one that I listen to is for athletes specifically for like game days and stuff. Okay. So it's kind of like motivational.
Them ones I heard. No, I don't know if I want to say this because I don't want to be wrong, but when you go into like get a massage and they have that music playing.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to say the wrong.
No, yeah. But this one's kind of just like, getting you ready for your game, how you want to think during your game and taking deep breaths, focusing on your breathing so that you're kind of in a more relaxed state before you get into the game. And then I'll go join my teammates once the music's on and have a little fun before the game.
So would you say that your game mimics anybody from any of your friends, anybody in the league?
I don't know. I don't really know who I would compare my game to. A lot of people growing up said that I played a little bit like Candace Parker, but I'm not sure if that's in the same as right now.
Okay. Well, we got to get you to go see her play.
Yeah.
And what I want to know is what has been the best part of your basketball journey so far?
Honestly, building relationship with people. I mean, I'm not a talkative person, but I love to like.
That was the same way. You don't like to talk.
Yeah, I don't like to talk to people really, but I like to like have people that I can go to or they can come to me, whether it's basketball related or not. And I've made a lot of friends like over my basketball years, whether it's during AAU, during high school, whatever it is. Being able to have those friends, and also there's a lot of adults in my life that came into my life because of basketball, and now they're like some of the most important people in my life. So yeah, I would definitely say relationships.
Oh, I was like, well, it depends with you. Because when I first met you, you was all like, no, I'm gonna just
Yeah,
sit in
when
the
people
room.
first meet me,
And then it's like now it's like
Hi.
hi. So
Yeah.
it's like, you got to warm up to people.
Yeah.
So did you ever want it to be about like, what do you want to do after college? Do you want to pursue a basketball career or just in the basketball world?
I kind of want to do both. Like obviously the ultimate goal for like every basketball player is to play in the WNBA or overseas or something like that. So I want to continue to play basketball when I'm out of college. But I also want to maybe coach a little bit or be like a trainer or something like that.
Nice.
Like I'm also thinking about outside of basketball. I do like videography and photography with mostly basketball, so I kind of want to do something with that.
Excuse me. Well, I need someone to do something with some videos because I suck at that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
let me know. I got you.
Yeah, when you answer, because y'all athletes be so busy.
I do not have my notifications on, so I do not.
You don't want to be bothered?
No, I have all my notifications off. Except
Okay.
for iMessage. So
All right. Well, I'll just tell cousin to text you and then it'll be fine.
yeah.
So do you watch college basketball today?
A little bit. I'm not really like a TV watcher. Like
It's basketball.
I can't really pay attention to that one. So I'll watch a little bit. Like if we're like with friends or something, like when they're watching the game, like I'll watch a little bit, but I'll probably end up on my phone.
Seriously? So you love the play, but you don't really like to watch it?
Yeah. I'm more of like a active kind of person. I don't like to really watch.
So are you forced to watch like when you're watching your next team?
Not forced, but like if they're watching, I'll watch it.
You gotta watch now because I was gonna ask you if you was gonna choose your starting five, who would it be? Can you tell me?
For college, I'd probably say, well, that's hard. There's so many good people. I definitely want Aaliyah Boston. I'll say Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, maybe Haley Van Lith.
Okay.
Now I'm choking all the names.
Only two more. Do you know what team they play for? Come on, Nariah, you can do it.
Give me anyone else from South Carolina. That whole team is stacked. So I'll take any one of them.
Okay, we can go
Plus
with we can just go with them. Yeah. Well, I like my girl Zaya, so she's there. So I could dig it. Well, Nariah, thank you for coming on Sports Talk with C. It wasn't that hard. We laughed. You actually talked, answered some questions. Appreciate it. You have a good night, okay?
Yep, you too.